Alrighty. Alright, let's get into it. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Afro Matt Show. This is episode 105. Fifth episode of season 3. That's year 3 of doing this. Wait, I guess technically year 2. Not season, so season, yeah, it's the beginning of year 3, I guess, is what that means. But, yeah, I wanted to thank everyone. I got a bunch of feedback from the last couple podcasts. They've been doing pretty well on my YouTube channel, and I see you guys have been liking the clips that I've been putting up every now and then, so I'm going to continue to do that. I mean, it's not hard to make clips. It just takes a long time to like edit them down and make them a little bit more bite-sized. So, and for the clips, like YouTube doesn't want a lot of swearing, so I have to like edit those up and cover them with like a Yoda yell or something. But besides that, thanks for all the support and thanks for the comments and whatnot. So, that being said, let's get right into the episode. Today we are drinking. Let's see. We are drinking lemonade with 2 shots of whiskey, so we're getting a little bit of a. It's been one of those days, I guess you could say. One of those days, one of those weeks in general, to be honest. So yeah. Cheers to everyone who's drinking while driving. Shout out everyone who's drinking while driving while listening to this. Hope you get home safe. It's not like I can tell any anecdotes because I don't think that's appropriate. But let's just get right into the news. So a bit of a slow news week, but that doesn't stop me from finding stuff. If it's slow news, that means that there's just more like random shit that we can get into. Like you'll see, there's some crazy stuff, but there was something going on with Paul Pelosi that I wanted to investigate a little bit further. So Paul Pelosi, as you may know, somehow I heard something about him in a diaper, something about him with someone in like a giant baby costume. This is like a bad game of telephone where you just hear one headline. You hear someone tell you a headline and then you remember it poorly. Let me see what the actual headline was. Paul Pelosi, and he had there was a video of a guy in underwear or something with like a hammer or something. Okay, well, thank you, Snopes. Snopes is fact-checking this. Fact check: Paul Pelosi and alleged attacker were both closed when police arrived. Okay, so he was not in a diaper. Interesting. But that being said, let's see what's going on here. Court releases video of attack on Paul Pelosi. San Francisco Superior Court on Friday released video and audio recording during last night's attack on Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi. They're both outstanding citizens, so this is really bad news. Sad news in general. No one was hurt, thank God. Thank God. No one was hurt. Body cam footage depicting the moment of the attack and the alleged assailant's police interview where he admitted he wanted to hold them and then House Speaker hostage. Okay. Interesting tactic. So, let's see. Can I play this video on YouTube? Where's the video? Oh, here it is. Warning, this video contains disturbing images. It's just a picture of Nancy Pelosi.
Drop the hammer.
Nope.
Hey.
Okay, wait. Okay, well, he is not fully clothed. I don't know why. Why did I get fact checked? Why did Snopes fact check me when in the video, Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi, is clearly not wearing pants? Clearly not wearing pants.
What is going on right
I'm
now?
not getting an answer on call.
Oh!
Body camera video shows police struggling with Paul Pelosi's assailant after witnessing the assault.
Give me your hand.
Units code
Give me your hand.
40 Broadway.
Police responding to the Pelosi home around 2:30 a.m. on October 28th after Paul Pelosi called 911 reporting an attacker had broken into their San Francisco home.
There's a gentleman here just waiting for my wife to come back, Nancy Pelosi. He's just waiting for her to come back, but she's not going to be here for a day, so I guess we'll have to wait.
The 82
That's a bad timing in general. But, so video shows attacker hitting Paul Pelosi with a hammer. So, I don't know much about this, so let's try to read a little bit. The files, lawyers for DePape argued against the public release of the audio and footage irreparably damaged his right to a fair trial. DePape has pleaded not guilty to a litany of state. So I don't get how you can plead not guilty when you're like on video, like hitting someone with a hammer. Dude, that was not me. That was not me hitting that person with a hammer. Anyways, we'll see where this goes. It's Nancy Pelosi. I mean, she's another mess. She should be in prison herself. Queen of insider trading. Queen of exploiting information from, things that she knows going on the inside. Definition of insider trading. She's the queen of it. So successful, in fact, that people have tracked her success and found that she is now like a $200 million net worth on a government salary, which is pretty impressive if you ask me. But some say she's just lucky. Some say she's just lucky, and she probably is. She's probably just very, very lucky. And so is her husband, who's like, I guess, a stay-at-home dad to no one. I don't know what he does. He's like a lawyer or something. Whatever. Let's move on with the next news. I just thought that was interesting. I also thought it was interesting that Snopes fact-checked me saying that he was fully clothed, and he was not fully clothed in the video, obviously. ChatGPT. We talked about this last week, and I actually wrote a whole article. You guys can go look on my website, theafromatshow.com. That's Afromat with 3 T's. You can look on my website, and every month I write a nice essay, beautifully worded. I have no scholarly background in English or writing or literature or anything, so they're sort of just the ramblings of myself, just not on podcast form, but they're typed up there and you can read them. I did a really long one on ChatGPT and how it will be it marks the end time for most people. Everyone thought robots were going to replace fast food workers and stuff like that, but in reality, it's actually easier to replace cerebral jobs. Cerebral meaning requires the brain. Also, I am dressed like a insane patient. I'm a gray sweatshirt, and gray sweatpants. I'm incarcerated right now. I'm fully institutionalized. But yeah, ChatGPT taking over the world one job at a time. But I wanted to look into a couple new developments in the ChatGPT realm. Business Insider says that real estate listings you just saw for your dream home may have been written by ChatGPT. Now, I can tell you a little bit of information on my side in that yes, it's happening. It is 100% happening. The number one team in California, ran by Suneet, is his name, I believe, had a Zoom call with other real estate agents. I was in the Zoom call, and he was offering a $2,000 course to join his Discord and learn how to use ChatGPT to optimize your business, your real estate business. First off, I mean, $2,000 is a scam, but he's always running these sort of scams and training and stuff. And it's like you pay $2,000 and he like barely shows up. It's like a Discord server with like 5 links. And like he records like 5 minutes. He records like 5 videos in advance and then charges you $2,000 for it. I mean, that's a whole nother thing. I'm going to be honest. That's a whole nother thing that I don't really want to get into, is the whole training gurus, real estate gurus, stuff like that. I could get into it. Trust me, I could. And I feel like maybe I have gotten into it before, but I just don't want to now. But, yeah, so he's training. He's out there doing the Lord's work, training real estate agents how to be even more lazy. Everyone knows real estate agents are notoriously lazy. It is almost their job description. On average, there are agents that really, really put their nose to the grindstone and really grind it out, and I respect those. But the vast majority of them, at least in the time that I've been in real estate, which is like over COVID, have been supremely lazy. They just kind of wait around for work to fall into their lap, and hopefully they get a nice commission check for doing almost nothing. I mean, of course you have to talk to the person, and God knows that's hard. But after that, of course, you turn it over to the team, and all the paperwork is filed, and you just kind of drive around and look pretty for the most part. I don't have a deep-seated hatred for real estate agents, just a deep-seated hatred for some real estate agents. So yeah, ChatGPT is now being used for real estate listings. Real estate brokers are sitting back to let AI do the talking as agents across the country use ChatGPT to pen emails and write property listings. Not only that, but I use ChatGPT to write a lot of like just responses on email, text. All that can be automated. Eventually, I mean, I'm no dumbass. I know that my job will eventually be replaced by a robot. So, I mean, just using your brain, you know that if your job is repetitive in nature and requires you to say things that is almost down to a science, like most salespeople, then you can expect your job to have a short, shelf life. It will eventually be replaced by a robot. And let's see, in the case of real estate, it does need to be replaced by a robot. Robot is, probably more effective at doing your job than you. A robot won't forget that you called them. They won't forget that you asked to be called on Tuesday. They won't forget that you said that you wanted to go see a property on Tuesday. They don't forget anything, which is good. So, eventually it will just be replaced by robots for the better. That one's for the better. But it's the main problem I have with this is that it's going to be harder and harder going into the future to determine what is a real conversation. I think this will put much, much, much more value into face-to-face contact, as in the future you won't know if you're talking to a human, even if you're texting and they're using emojis and they're saying, ha ha ha, that was so funny. It's just a robot on the other, ha ha ha, that was so funny. I feel you, girl. You know. So face-to-face contact might be more valuable than ever before. But then again, maybe not, because people just don't like talking to people in person, really. I don't think so. Or maybe they do. I feel like there's a deep part of the human condition. Listen to me, I sound like such a freaking retard. There's a deep part of the human condition that just yearns for human connection. I'm not gonna say that, because I'm the opposite. I don't really yearn for human. I yearn for human disconnection. I don't want to be close to other people. I don't like noise. I don't like a lot of people moving and shuffling around and dribbling on with their useless conversations about who knows what Sally said to Susan. I mean, I like eavesdropping on those conversations, because you find out how dull, generally dull people are in general. Not just like mentally, because these people can be mentally smart, but just have like dull dull conversations, dull lives. Just boring. Just boring. And I don't even know where I was going. Yeah. People have a deep-seated maybe need for connection, but maybe even that can be filled by a robot every day. I mean, I've talked to ChatGPT for like an hour before I went to bed about 9/11, trying to get it to convince it to tell me 9/11 conspiracies. Like an hour of my time just talking to ChatGPT like it's a person. Hey, do you believe that the government tells lies? Oh, yes, I do believe the government tells lies. Okay. But it's fun. It's fun. I enjoyed it. But yeah, there are real estate deals where you never even see the agent, right? Now imagine a deal where you never see the agent because the agent is a robot. And you've been talking to a robot about closing this home, texting it, hey, I just sent over that confirmation. I just signed that paper. I sent it over on email. The robot replies, thanks. Getting that submitted now. Getting that offer submitted now. Thank you. You've never seen this guy. Maybe you never even wanted to go to a property. Maybe they just said, hey, let yourself in. This is our listing. It's fine. Here's the code, whatever. The key's under the rug. You never see the property. You never see this guy. And then you go in. You buy a whole home. And then you find out that you bought it from an agent who doesn't exist. That's a shock. But then you realize, hey, that was the smoothest process I've ever had. Maybe it's not so bad. Maybe I want them to be my realtor next time. Food for thought. Food for thought. All right, let's move on to the next. ChatGPT has been blowing up recently. I want to say I was ahead of the trend, but really ChatGPT controlled me to be ahead of the trend. It snuck its way into my algorithm on TikTok. It snuck its way up on my YouTube feed. It slithered its way onto my Google search bar, and eventually I was talking to it. It found its way into my life. I'm not going to lie and say that I found ChatGPT because ChatGPT found me. Yahoo News. ChatGPT is on its way to becoming a virtual doctor, lawyer, and business analyst. Here's a list of advanced exams that the AI has passed so far. Wharton Professor Christian Tarvik recently tested the technology with questions from his final exam in operations management, which was once required class for all MBA students, Masters of Business, association, published his findings, concluded that the bot did an amazing job answering basic operations questions based on the case studies, which are focused examinations of persons, groups, or companies in a common way business schools teach students. In other instances, though, ChatGPT made simple mistakes in calculations that Turwich thought only required sixth grade level math. He also noted that the bot had issues with more complex questions that required an understanding of how multiple inputs and outputs worked together. Ultimately said that the bot would have received a B or B- on the exam. U.S. medical license exam. Researchers put ChatGPT through the United States medical license exam, a 3-part exam that aspiring doctors take between medical school and residency, and reported their findings in a paper published December 2022. The paper's abstract noted that ChatGPT performed at or near a passing threshold for all 3 exams without any specialized training or reinforcement. Additionally, ChatGPT demonstrated a high level of concordance and insight in its explanations. Imagine the doctor who gets through medical school using ChatGPT. Do you want that to be your doctor? They bring in a doctor at some 23-year-old who's like, they're like, this guy was a savant. He's passed every class perfectly. He was at or passing the threshold for all 3 exams. And he walks in and they're like, he's like, so what seems to be the problem, dude? He's just like some frat guy that just tried to get through all the way to med school using ChatGPT. He comes in and he's just like kind of nonchalant. He's like, "Hey man, so what do we got going on?" Okay, so you got some chest pains. All right. He's like writing them down kind of like haphazardly. All right, so you got some chest pains. What else, man? All right, that's tight. That's tight. That's tight. All right. So you got a cough and some chest pain. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. And then he like walks out of the room and just pulls open his phone and asks ChatGPT, "Hey, what medical conditions can cough and chest pains be?" And then he just walks in with his phone and he just starts reading to the person. He just like memorizes it and then just walks in and starts quoting it from ChatGPT while ChatGPT's playing. He's like, chest pain and let me actually ask ChatGPT. Every time I open ChatGPT, it's always fully in use. So let's see. It's at capacity all the time, which I mean just shows you. And I feel like as people ask it questions, it gets smarter and smarter. So it's like, it's only going to get better from here. It's definitely going to be in use. I love that it doesn't ever remember my login though, which is cool. All right. Password, email. ChatGPT should remember that if it was a good website. And it is online. Okay, let's see. What does chest pain and cough mean? All right, now let's see. Now you walk into the chest pain and cough can be signs of a respiratory illness such as pneumonia or bronchitis, or could indicate a more serious condition like a heart attack. It's best to see a doctor for a proper diagnosis. I'm going to say diagnose further. Diagnose further. Not farther. Further. Not father. Further. Okay. Diagnosing the cause of chest pain and cough requires a medical evaluation that includes a thorough medical history, physical examination, and possible diagnosis tests such as x-rays, blood tests, and imaging scans. All right, get those started, I guess. We'll just get those started. The nurses here, they'll take care of it. Yeah, and you know, when we get done with those, we'll finish processing. I'll finish processing those and asking ChatGPT about those, and we'll get right back to you. Okay, hang tight. This is the future of the world. Story continues. Okay, what else did it? Microbiology quiz. Boom. Passed. ChatGPT correctly responded. Passed for microbiology. ChatGPT law school. Passed. Boom. What can't it pass? Nothing. Because ChatGPT is better than us in every conceivable way. So much better that this teacher has given up, completely given up. Everyone is cheating. Why this teacher has adopted an open ChatGPT policy. Ethan Molick has a message for the humans and the machines. Can't we all just get along? After all, we're now officially in AI. An AI world. We're going to have to share it. Reasons the associate professor at the University of Pennsylvania's prestigious Wharton School. This is a sudden change, right? There are a lot of good stuff that we are going to have to do differently, and I think we could solve the problems of how to teach the world, to write the world with ChatGPT. This guy's fully given up. Fully given up. Ever since the chatbot ChatGPT launched in November, educators have raised concerns that could facilitate cheating. You don't say. So he's like, the truth is, I probably couldn't have stopped them even if I didn't require it. And the ideas so far are great, partially as a result. So I mean, he's fully letting his students use ChatGPT, and I'm for it, to be honest. So let's continue. Let's continue with the news. I actually wanted to play a little bit of this guy. So this guy is a criminal lawyer, and he like hangs with gangsters and listens to their music and translate this. So let's play it.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts, CLR. I am Bruce Rivers, a board-certified criminal defense lawyer, where I actually go into the courtroom, I actually try cases, I win cases. And so today we are doing K-Flock, Is You Ready? And now if you remember, we did a little reaction on War in the Bronx, and this is kind of a...
All right, let's continue.
Say.
Here we go. This guy's awesome, by the way. This guy's so cool.
Bow, bow, bow. So right away, you know what this, if this is a continuation of War in the Bronx, you know that's kind of pop, pop, pop. Every op shot, fella,
every op shot
dead. So that's right off the bat. We've got just a war. I mean, this is part of the war in the Bronx. Now he says, "Suck my dick," and that just doesn't really. It's not a homosexual reference. It's just what New Yorkers basically say when they're just trying to say basically "fuck you."
Don't suck my dick.
All right, go ask my ops. It get ugly. I could do like Ice did to Sonny. What he's saying here is that he could kidnap his cousin, D-Thang, who is in the YGs. So there's no love lost between blood there. All right, let's break this down a little bit.
Yeah,
Flip
let's
through the
break this
fours
down.
while I'm yelling out. That could either be the 4 boroughs or the River Park Towers, which is like 4 buildings. So he's running through the towers, and don't run, don't trip. They know my body. In other words, they know me, that I'm a badass.
Cold.
So I'm in fashion. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm in fashion. I'll bet I still up it. And just despite the fact that I'm dressed to the nines, I'm still packing heat, and I'm gonna pull out my weapon.
Dude, I just love this guy. I went down such a deep rabbit hole with this guy. He just does so much work. It's just so good. And he does so many songs.
Sev's side is made up of Mac Baller Brand.
I mean, he's a true artist in the sense that Jesus Christ.
It's not your opportunity to
If you want to find him on YouTube, it is CLR Bruce Rivers. That is criminal lawyer Bruce Rivers. So he reacts to songs, I guess. Here he goes. He's reacting to 21 Savage's new song.
What you saying? Y'all undefeated on this side. Y'all ain't took no loss.
Man, every nigga that we beef with, nigga, 30 of they niggas get smoked, nigga.
So he's saying that every time anybody beefs with him, they kill 30 of their ops.
30 of their ops. I just love this guy. Yeah, I highly recommend go check him out. Go down the rabbit hole. Listen to him review everything. He doesn't just review rap songs, but it is funny while he does. But let's see. What else is going on? Not gonna lie, I did just play that video. I do like that video, but I did play it so I could go to the bathroom. So that's why I was AFK, away from keyboard, by the way. Teacher has given up. Another cop. Okay, this is when we're gonna bring it down a little bit. We're gonna bring it down from ops on the blocks, and we're gonna bring it down to a little bit more realistic. We're gonna bring it down to a place where you might not have thought it was gonna go. We're going to bring it to police brutality. Now, I want to take this moment to say that, first off, remember everyone's names. I don't remember all the names that we even have to remember, but remember them all. Breonna Taylor, remember that name. George Floyd, remember that name. I mean, how could you forget? But among those, we are now adding another name to remember. So, with that being said, former Memphis police officers charged with murder in connection with Tyre Nichols' death. So this is a tragic event. 5 Memphis police officers who were fired in connection with the death of Tyrese Nichols after January 7th traffic stop have been charged with murder and taken into custody on Thursday. So it was pretty quick. I mean, honestly pretty quick. Like a month, not even a month, and all of them are in jail. And you may notice something noteworthy. I don't know how to put this in any other way, but they are all of the, I mean, not that it matters, but all of the people who are charged with murder. Also, this guy kind of looks like Chris Rock. Like he kind of looks like Chris Rock. But they're all of, you know, people of color. Now, it doesn't really matter because people of color, I mean, can be bad cops as well, but it is noteworthy. Although, I mean, granted, this is in Memphis. I'm just digging myself a hole here. So, we're going to move on. But I just wanted to say condolences to the Nichols family. So, moment of silence for them while I pull up the next news article. M&Ms. The M&Ms have been in the news recently. Not too long ago, after Tucker Carlson lost his shit when they changed over, when they made the green M&M less hot, when they made her less sexy. He lost it. He couldn't handle it anymore. The green M&M should be sexy. She's a symbol of sex. She is the green M&M. She has always been about sex. Why is she now reverting to becoming more man-like? I'm not about it. I'm not for this. And if you have a problem, you're pushing the agenda of big M&M. Big M&M. Big chocolate. You are pushing the agenda of big chocolate. But anyways, as of January 23rd, 2023, M&M pulls their spokes candies amid right-wing outrage before Super Bowl starring Maya Rudolph. Actor Maya Rudolph to replace all the M&M spokespeople. Candy makers Mars said Monday that they're replacing M&M spokes candy with actress Maya Rudolph. Here we go. Here is their tweet. This is M&M's tweet. They said, quote, and I'm quoting here, this is their message to the public about this dramatic change. America, let's talk. In the last year, we've made some changes to our beloved spokes candies. We weren't sure if anyone would even notice. And we definitely didn't think it would break the internet. Oopsie, broke the internet. That wasn't a quote. I added that because they're kind of doing millennial humor. But it definitely didn't break the internet. But now we get it. Even a candy's shoes can be polarizing, which was the last thing the M&Ms wanted, since we're all about bringing people together. Therefore, we have decided to take an indefinite pause from the spokes candies. In their place, we are now proud to introduce a spokesperson America can agree on, the beloved Maya Rudolph. We are confident Miss Rudolph will champion the power of fun and create a world where everyone feels they belong. This is possibly the worst timeline. We might be living in the worst timeline. they're getting rid of the M&M characters. That's not the bad part. The bad part is they are getting rid of it because people were outraged. That means that there were enough people mad about a commercial candy that the business, you have to imagine, they probably had a big meeting, everyone gathered around the table. It was probably had a moment of silence for the loss of their, like, they're like, everyone at the M&M's store or at the M&M's headquarters, they're like, really, we're really going to do this? Are you really going to do this? And they're like, it needs to happen. We can't deal with the outrage. You saw how mad those, this is, and this is why the elites think that we're all actually retarded. They think that we're little peons with little peon shrimp cow brains. That's why they call them sheep. Everyone calls them sheep, and then it's like the meme, and everyone's like, oh, you're a beta cuck sheep, or whatever, sheeple, or whatever that thing is. That's why that's why the term is sheep, is because the elite people literally think you're dumb, because you are dumb. If you got upset for a single second at the M&Ms, anything about the M&Ms, if they changed all the colors to blue and they said, hey, we're getting rid of the green, red, and orange M&M people, if you tweeted about that at all, I mean, you should be euthanized and possibly castrated just so you can't produce children. So you cannot produce more retarded offspring. Being upset at the M&Ms, I mean, it doesn't get lower than that. I'm going to be honest. Let me see if I can find the rant from Tucker Carlson M&M girl. He got upset at the green M&M or something.
M&M's decided to make a weird move that no one asked for, and that in turn led to a...
Bet you didn't think M&M's were pushing intolerance, but they were. They've been changed. You're seeing the changes right now on your screen. The green M&M, you will notice, is no longer wearing sexy boots. Now she's wearing sensible sneakers. Why the change? Well, according to M&M's, quote, we all win when we see more women in leading roles, because leading women do not wear sexy boots. Leading women wear frumpy shoes.
So, I mean, he's playing to his audience at least, right? You know that there's some person out there who brought this up, probably working the crane or something, or I don't know what they're doing, really, honestly. Probably at a bar, and they're like, did you see the M&M? They're like, yeah, that's crazy. They really made her less hot. I mean, it just speaks volumes for how dumb, and generally, not even dumb, to the point where it's just, you're so stupid, it's almost incomprehensible. If you are upset at an M&M getting shoes. And then, so we live in a timeline where people got upset at M&M. I don't know where these people are, by the way. I didn't hear any of the upset. Tucker Carlson's the only person I knew that was upset about this. But anyways, we live in a world where people got so upset that it made a company change its mind about their whole spokesperson for like the last 50 years or whatever, however long they've been using those little CGI guys. That's a big decision. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it could go deeper. M&M's could have paid Tucker Carlson to have these opinions because they wanted an excuse to change the things to Maya Rudolph anyways. But that being said, it is what it is, and M&M's will no longer be, no longer be sexy and no longer be even a thing, so... All right, let's wind down here and try to bring up the energy a little bit. I'm gonna play a clip from Mr. Beast's newest video. This is his newest video. Came out today, actually 1 day ago, on the 28th. Here he is, Mr. Beast. It's #1 on trending. It has 40 million views in one single day. Mr. Beast has become God. Worker of miracles. Giver of sight. Giving sight to the sightless. He is the prodigal son, returned again to free our souls. Worker of miracles. The magic man with the magic wallet, who can solve any problem with a snap of a finger. He is, Mr. Beast is the Messiah.
In this video, we're curing 1,000 people's blindness. It's gonna be crazy.
Most of us see the world like this. But here's the thing, 200 million people see the world like this. But I just made it one less.
Oh. Wow.
She's just one of 1,000 blind people we helped from around the world. They can't see, but we have all the technology to fix it.
Yep, half of all the blindness in the world is people who need a 10-minute surgery.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I see everybody.
I noticed that he's only doing one of their eyes. Like her other eye is still foggy, and then so she can only really see. So he cut the amount of cost in half by only doing half of their eyes, which I respect as a businessman. He's made the right decision. You can help twice as many people by doing half of their eyes. So yeah, I mean it's kind of funny, but
I can see clear. I can jump for joy.
Yes, I can see your face. I can see your face. I can see your face.
If you're wondering how the
I mean, what is going on? I mean, I feel happy for these people, but Mr. Beast is going around curing the blindness of blind people. He's going to turn water into... Hey guys, we're going to be turning water into wine today for all these alcoholics. By the way, this guy...
I can see your face. I can see your face.
He looks kind of homeless. He's like, I can finally see the prescription bottles that I've been stealing.
If you're wondering how the surgery allows people to see again, it's because the lens in their eye got so cloudy that they can't see through it.
All right. I mean, yeah, it's a good thing, but then again, it's like, hey, how did you choose these? A, how did you choose these people? And I guess B, what's next? Like, what is next for Mr. Beast? I keep on saying this, but it's like, at some point, he's going to have to, like, start, like, curing leprosy. Hey, guys, today we're going to be curing cancer for 15 people. Hey, guys, we're going to be donating 1 million hearts to people that need hearts. What more can he do? Like, where would he get the hearts from? Would be my main concern. But, I just love that intro is just crazy. Because he does sound like a god. He sounds like a god.
In this video, we're curing 1,000 people's blindness.
Is that not crazy?
In this video, we're curing 1,000 people's blindness. It's gonna be crazy.
Most of us...
I mean... Yeah. It's great. It is going to be crazy because that is a crazy thing to do. Which our government should be helping out with. I mean, these people, if they want to see, they should be able to see without going bankrupt. But what if they open their eyes and they're like, dude, this sucks. They're like, put me back. Put me back in, coach. Well, okay, let's continue. Continue with the news. We did the gangster lawyer. tech layoffs. Did we talk about the tech? Let's talk about the tech layoffs for a bit. Tech layoffs stripped the facade of TikTok's day in the life videos. An aspirational workday vlogs once dominated TikTok, but following mass layoffs across tech industry, videos flexing the company perks have been replaced with content about unemployment or labor rights. Interesting. So I showed you this video a long time ago, a day in the life as a Google, whatever the fuck, you know.
A day in the life working at Google as an account strategist in LA. The office parking lot was actually so full today that I had to valet my car, which was free. As soon as I walked in, I grabbed my breakfast for today, which is going to be this iced coffee and a banana. Got to work for a few hours. Then I decided to walk over to the nap room, which yes, Google has nap rooms, and people actually use them. There's a full-on futon in here, some comfy blankets and pillows. After a quick 5-minute break, I got back.
Yeah, I'm sure it was 5 minutes. But okay, so there's that. And then, so now we're starting to see videos similar to this. Oh wait, no, here's another one. Day in the life of
life of a PM at Microsoft. First I brush my teeth and do some skincare, all done.
Also, all these people are now homeless, by the way. These people do not have skills. They don't have any skills. They were hired because they probably have like 8,000 followers on Instagram and they're like pseudo influencers and they're like, hey, oh my God, they come in, they're so happy and bubbly that the interviewer just like feels like obligated to hire them. Whereas someone like, you know, me would go into an interview and, you know, you're like, well, I do have the qualifications for this job and this is why, this is why, this is why. These people go in and they're like, oh my God, I love your hair. Oh my God, is that, oh my God, I love that phone case. Is that a pop socket? I love pop sockets. Look at my pop socket. It has glitter on it. And then they kind of bond and then they're like, bestie, you have to work here. Okay. And then now she's hired as a PM at Microsoft, whatever that means.
I always start my morning off with breakfast and coffee. Took my magnesium and zinc to help with COVID. Got to the office at around 9 a.m.
What if she was just like, I took my ivermectin to
Took
help
my
with
magnesium
COVID.
and zinc to help with COVID. Got to the office at around 9 a.m. Then grabbed a focus room to do a couple meetings. Lunch, I had red wine braised short rib. Then I sat in a 5-hour brainstorm meeting. Then I went downstairs to our lobby for a little coffee break. Got off work at like 5:30. Went straight to dinner at this place called Dozone. Had some dumplings and broccoli. Then I got back to my hotel and went straight to sleep. A day in the life.
So now these are the type of videos that we're starting to see.
A day in my life getting laid off at Google. So I woke up to this really ominous text from my boss, and I honestly had no idea what it was going to be about. So I called her the minute I woke up and saw this, and she told me to check the news and my email. So I rushed downstairs to find out that I had lost access to basically everything. I couldn't log into my email or even check my calendar. I called my boss back, and we just sobbed over the phone because she was also finding out about my layoff for the first time today too. I started getting calls from a bunch of my coworkers and started finding out who else was let go on my team and some neighboring teams as well. But I think the worst part is that it seems like no one was consulted on this decision and everyone was just finding out about the layoffs at the same time. It just felt like a really bad game of Russian roulette, and there was no consistency around who was let go. It was also not performance-based, so it just felt really random. I opened up LinkedIn, which honestly was not great for my mental health. There were so many people who were in the same boat that were both equally as shocked and blindsided, but it did help me feel a little less alone. Honestly, I spent so much of the day crying that I just felt so tired from being sad and wanted to do something that would just make me feel better. Luckily, I have an annual pass, so I headed over to Disneyland because I wanted to...
No way. No fucking way. I thought that was Disneyland I saw. Okay. So she was so upset that she decided to go to Disneyland.
Wanted to go eat my feelings, so I started off with a cinnamon galaxy churro and then went to the teriyaki.
So this is slowly transferring into a day in the life at Disneyland as a Disney adult. This is what it's slowly transferring to. Okay.
turkey leg. This is a special limited edition item for the Lunar New Year celebration at Disney California Adventure. I had some Rice Krispie, a corn dog, did some drawing, and even had another churro. I don't really know what's next for me, but I'll be vlogging my journey and posting more content about it, so feel free to follow along.
I'm so excited to see what she's doing. I'm going to have to open up her other videos and see. We're done with this. Oh, that was her most recent video. Oh, this was her last video. It's called Things in My Office That Just Make Sense. This was before she found out that she got laid off at Google. A giant slide where I almost broke my ankle. A giant Google slide. A DJ board in the middle of a microchip kitchen. Chairs that make you seasick. Hand-rolled sushi for lunch. Scooters to get to meeting rooms. Stationary bikes where you can charge your phone. And bikes all around the campus. Pin the tail on the Olaf. That's fun. A tiki bar for happy hour. Things in my office that just make sense. 12,000 layoffs. That's a good one. That's a good one. What I spend in a day.
What I spend in a day as a Yelp Elite Googler. I'm heading to the Google LA office today, which is about 49 miles from where I live, and since I drive a Prius, this comes out to be around $4.60. Per usual, I missed breakfast because of traffic, so I grabbed some oats, fruit, and coffee, and everything comes out to $0 because the office gives it for free. Then I headed over to our new indoor park. It's super empty in the office today because most people only come in Tuesday through Thursday. The carpet here looks...
So most people only work from Tuesday to Thursday. Great. No wonder they laid off everyone. No one's working.
Grass, and there's tons of greenery, but my favorite part is these blanket baskets. They have some acrylic Alice in Wonderland puzzles and even some cards.
So she's doing puzzles at work and playing cards, getting
paid. I don't have that many meetings, so I'm just going to work heads down at the park for a little bit. I wasn't super hungry when lunch rolled around, so I just grabbed one of these grab-and-go sandwiches and a snack. My favorite are the fruit leathers, but there are so many healthy options. And all of this comes out to $0. Then I headed over to this Nightingale room. I don't really...
no words can describe how happy I am that you do not have access to any of this anymore. This is the peak of your life, and you don't deserve any of it.
Know what the theme of this place is, but they have headphones over there, and if you pick them up, they do play music. I really love how even the coasters and the etching on the desk kind of match the theme of this room. Then to wrap up my workday before I go to my Yelp Elite event, I'm gonna go to the office gym. This place is huge. There's even a kind of separate studio in the back. Yep. There's even an outdoor area, and this is completely free for Googlers, but they don't allow visitors here. Then I left the office to head over to my Yelp Elite event, so gas costs another $5. Today's event was at Tasty Pot in Westminster, California. They just opened up a new branch here, and so they wanted us to give it a try and write a review.
I don't know what any of this is, but so I mean, I'm glad that people like that do not have jobs anymore, because quite frankly, I mean, they weren't really. What is a job to them? All right, let's finish up with a couple podcasts, or no, not a couple podcasts. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's finish up with one more TikTok. This will make you feel really good about being poor.
Many people fly their pets private.
So
there are instances
private plane for
when
a
the
pet.
pets fly by themselves and they are treated just like any other passenger. The plane is stocked with their favorite treats and also with toys.
That's fun. That's helping pollution. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. If you had a great time, share with a friend. If you didn't, see you next week. Oh, wait. That was a good one. I enjoyed that. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. See you next week. Bye.